This is Eagle Owl, and today, belt to ass, man. Belt to ass. We straight up destroyed the Cowboys, but let's get straight into it. I mean, what can I say? What can I say? Can you call me? I don't know what you call me, but I said this in my video. Basically, I think my last video, and you guys kept saying, "No, don't say that. You might jinx the Eagles." I'm like, look, quarter one through quarter three, you want to blow these dudes out. Had this game out of reach, so fourth quarter we could rest up and get ready for the Commanders. I thought we was gonna put up a 40 burger, but we didn't. We was close. We was very, very close. Even after the slow start, the Eagles picked it up. The defense held it down for all of the game. And yeah, let's talk about it. So this video might not have any timestamps because again, I'm gonna be everywhere. You know how I do during the previews. But first quarter, or first and second quarter, it was a slow start. It was definitely a slow start. Now I will say this about that stadium. It is trash with that sunlight. I know as Eagles fans, we've been clowning the Cowboy fans and the Cowboys like, why y'all blaming sunlight? Like, come on, that's not a legit excuse, but I will say this: Jalen Hurts was holding on the ball very long. I mean, very long, and I think that played into the 5 sacks. But my personal opinion, this is just my opinion. I don't think he could see anybody. I mean, the sunlight played it to our advantage at one point. CD Lamb had basically a wide open touchdown, and he's like, "Yo, I couldn't see the ball." Like Jerry Jones got to do something about that. He got to put the blinds down. I think he's trying to use that to the team advantage, to the Cowboys advantage, but it's just not working. Like it's terrible. I don't like it. But at the end of the day, can I give Jalen Hurts that excuse? I don't know. But holding the ball too long caused sacks, caused the fumble loss, which sucked. I hated it, but he learned from it. It's after that he basically went berserk. Even the interception, right? Red zone interception. I think it was more of a good play by Diggs than the bad play by Hurts. I know a lot of people's like, nah, he should have got rid of it earlier or this or that. Diggs was dropping. Let's be honest. Diggs was supposed to drop and he didn't. And Diggs sniffed it out and caught a great pick. That just is what it is. Um, I think the Cowboys did a good job breaking the blitz at certain points, but it just got to a point where Jalen Hurts was just, you can't hit me. Oh, overshown. You just missed that. Now I got Dallas Goddard for the touchdown. I like that he got Dallas Goddard and Johnny Wilson the touchdown. AJ Brown was going off. Devontae Smith was cheated out of a good game. I mean, Jalen Hurts did have some bad throws, but it was bad PIs on Devontae Smith. A lot of PIs. So he was cheated out of a good game. He should have had a good game, but it just is what it is. I think he gonna turn it around against the Commanders for sure. But again, the slow start, the defensive side of the ball. I mean, man, according to PFF, they got Bryce Huff as the highest graded guy. He had 12 snaps. He had about like two pressures and of course the strip sack. I'm not sure how that's gonna update by today, but as far as the live graded, Bryce Huff was the highest graded. I think second was like Zach Bond. We know Zach Bond. He had a awesome game. I mean, I'm here to talk down. Like a lot of us, like, yo, he's a Pro Bowler. He's looking really good. How we got to sign him? You got to take it up a notch. He might be an All Pro. I mean, 8 tackles. I think like 2 tackles for a loss, 2 forced fumbles. He was all over the place. Zach Bond. I mean, right now he's playing in the tier of the Fred guy, Fred Warner, in San Francisco. He's in that tier right now. I'm not sure if he's gonna stay in it. Is it gonna be a drop off, or is he gonna surpass Fred Warner? But it just can't be denied. I mean, Quayon Mitchell. Quay, I bet you had a hell of a day again. Had a couple penalties here and there, but some of it was fluky to me, just my opinion. But Quayon had one hell of a day. Cooper DeJ, I mean, special teams, he was awesome. In the slot again, also. Cooper DeJ just continues to ball out. Um, Darius Slay had a good game, had a couple PIs here and there, but overall, great game. Isaiah Rogers subbed in really well. So the defense, man, Milton Williams with the fumble recovery, he looked great. Jalen Carter looked great. And to be honest, I thought we was gonna get a lot more pressure. I know we started getting pressure as the game went on, but I thought we was gonna get a lot more pressure. Our run defense struggled just a little bit, surprisingly earlier in the game. But then again, we start picking it up. Rico could get nothing going, but again, overall good game. Overall good game. We just got to get through the first scripted plays. I thought it was too many long plays drawn up. Then after a while, we start going to the short game. Like, okay, let's get AJ involved in the, in the slants or those shorter routes in general, and we start finding ways to get the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands quicker. Then once you start doing that and set up the deep shot, Saquon Barkley never disappoint. He just gonna have a highlight play per game. And speaking of him, I think that was a strategy this game too. It's like let's lessen the load. I think Saquon only touched the ball like 15, 16 times. That ain't bad, but again, back to Saquon Barkley. I mean, he never disappoints. 36, dump off. You got like four Cowboys right there. Like, he might get a yard out of this. He splits through the defender, spin, and get like 8, 9 yards. Like, Saquon Barkley is literally like a video game for sure. But I like how we utilized him. There was no point of running him so many times. But when it was time to, or it was drives that we needed to, like, okay, let's put this game away, we did it, but we didn't use him like the last game, like random like 27 times. Like, nah, he ain't touching the ball 30 times today, just in case we need that against the Commanders on a short week. So I like that for sure, but we need to get something out of Kenneth Gainwell. If not, you got to have Shipley. I get it, the drop off between Saquon and the other running backs. It's going to be a significant drop off. Saquon, especially if he get like an offensive player of the like year or even the Super Bowl ring this year, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer for sure. But the drop off is just it's too significant. Like it's like literally night and day. Watching Saquon, that Kenneth Gainwell. I want to see what Will Shipley have. And you guys know I was a big Kenneth Gainwell guy, but he's just not playing well. He's not playing well at all. So I would like to see what Will Shipley have. I even thought like when Will Shipley came in towards the end of the game, he looked good. I'm like, okay, of course it's not Saquon, but look like he moving the chains and look natural. I say give him more touches and then let him, Kenneth Gainwell battle it out for that RB2 spot. So I think Shipley might be better. I think he might be better. CJ Gardner Johnson, I can't forget about him. Him catching a pick, seemed like he gained his confidence. So shout out to CJ Gardner Johnson, man. He caught the pick basically to wrap up the game. Zach Bond again with the fumble on the tight end. The tight end made a football move. Great hit by Zach Bond. Ball pops out. Reed Blankenship picks it up. I mean, this game was everything. It was everything. It was a complete game. Again, special teams looked great. Coaching was great. Everything was great, man. And Cowboys couldn't get any touchdowns. If it wasn't for our own mistakes, I don't even think Cowboys scored this game. If it wasn't for the Eagles making Eagles mistakes, Cowboys don't even score this game. Not at all. But again, man, you did what you were supposed to do, and it feel like we going in fresh against the Washington Commanders after a game like this. Washington just had a dogfight, a lot of hits. Had to go towards the end of the game, really battle it out with the Steelers. Now they got a tough battle with the Eagles to try to get the NFC East back. So the NFC East is ours. The NFC East is ours. I thought the NFC was gonna be ours, but we're gonna have to have a real talk about CJ Stroud. Defense gave you 5 picks on Jared Goff and you lose the game. That makes no sense. No sense at all. I don't get it at all, man. I mean, Jared Goff, I think that team is a fraud. I think our defense can do with this, Houston Texas defense. Just in case we run into them, I think we could beat them for sure. If you could slow down the run game, it is Jared Goff versus Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts will win the game. Just is what it is. But again, that's that's all I got for you guys today, man. For us to wrap up, nothing to really talk about deep about this. We just destroyed Dallas, and now we on to Washington. This is Eagle Al, man. Bye bye.